The man who woke up 30 years too late. In 1991, a man walked into a police station carrying an ID card that had expired 3 decades earlier. He was soaked from the rain, breathing heavily, and looking over his shoulder as if someone had been following him through the night. The officers asked for his name. He answered without hesitation, Daniel Mercer. Then he said something that made the entire room fall silent. He claimed he had only been missing for 1 night. At first, the police thought he was confused. Maybe he was injured. Maybe he had suffered memory loss. But when they checked his ID against national records, they found something impossible. Daniel Mercer had been declared dead in 1961, 30 years earlier. The man standing before them looked no older than 35. His clothes were outdated. His wristwatch had stopped at exactly 11:47 p.m., and every fingerprint matched the missing man from 1961. Daniel insisted he remembered everything clearly. He had left his office after work, walked through a heavy rainstorm, and taken a shortcut through an abandoned railway tunnel near the edge of the city. Inside the tunnel, he heard a strange humming sound, a sound that seemed to come from everywhere at once. Then, darkness. When he opened his eyes again, he was standing outside the police station. To him, only a few hours had passed, but the world around him had changed beyond recognition. The company he worked for no longer existed. His apartment building had been demolished years ago. The streets he knew had been rebuilt, and the woman he claimed was his fiancée was now a 72-year-old grandmother, living hundreds of miles away. When investigators searched the old railway tunnel, they discovered it had been sealed shut in 1962 after a partial collapse. No one had entered it for decades, yet Daniel could describe every detail inside with perfect accuracy. Newspapers called him the man who returned from yesterday. Scientists examined his blood, his teeth, even the photograph taken before his disappearance. Everything matched, but there was one detail they could not explain. Daniel had not aged, not by 30 years, not by even 1. As the investigation deepened, theories began to emerge. Some believed he had been part of a secret government experiment. Others thought he had suffered a psychological breakdown so severe that his mind had created an entirely false reality. Then a retired railway engineer came forward with a forgotten report from 1961. It described a rare electrical surge inside the tunnel, a powerful magnetic phenomenon capable of causing intense disorientation, memory loss, and altered perception of time. The official explanation was simple. Daniel had likely experienced a traumatic episode, wandered away unnoticed, and somehow survived for 30 years before returning. But the explanation raised more questions than it answered. If Daniel had been alive all those years, where had he been? Why had no one seen him? And why did every photograph taken after his return show the same haunting expression? A man staring at the world as if it no longer belonged to him. Daniel lived quietly for only 6 months after reappearing. Then, one morning, he vanished again. His apartment door was locked from the inside. His belongings were untouched, and on the table beside his bed, investigators found a single handwritten note. I think I finally remembered where I went. No one ever discovered what Daniel meant. Some believe he was a troubled man caught in a tragic mystery. Others believe he experienced something that challenges everything we know about time, memory, and reality itself. But perhaps the most disturbing part of this story is not that Daniel disappeared. It is that he returned. If this story kept you thinking, let me know in the comments. Do you believe Daniel Mercer experienced a psychological mystery, or something far beyond human understanding? Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who loves dark mysteries, and subscribe to Oryn for more cinematic stories that blur the line between reality and the impossible.